Paulie showed me the new Oregon Ducks uniforms for the national title game. A little too clean. A little too clean for me. Mark Helfrich, the Oregon head coach, joins us. Let me start there, Coach. Did you have any input into the uniforms?
Not into this particular version, but I think they are all business. They are clean. I think one of our guys described them as icy, and that sounds good, so I'm going with that.
Could you go, have you ever thought about trying to match the green of the turf of the Texas Stadium?
No, I was joking about that before the Rose Bowl. That was our strategy to try to be camouflaged. But no, that hasn't worked out very well for us.
You didn't need that for that. But I think if you had, that'd be funny. Like turf green would be great for the Oregon Ducks. But so you take no blame, no credit for this uniform.
Oh, I think they're sweet. I think I think that Nike has proven that they've done a few things right over the years. Certainly from a marketing standpoint, and the buzz created by this already kind of justifies that.
Where does Phil Knight sit during games?
Wherever he wants.
Simple, but can he be there? Could he be there right next to you if he wanted to?
He kind of goes between a couple spots. He likes to be on the field for a little while, and then he's up in the press box for a while, and I think he has a little routine that he enjoys.
When's the last time he called you?
The last time he called me?
Yeah.
Couple months ago.
Was it something good?
Yeah, it was actually.
Okay, so what's going to happen with his contract? When do you start getting paid with these other guys? Is that what he was calling you about, the contract?
No, that was not what he was calling me about. But
okay.
Yeah, it was kind of our latest development around here. But I don't know. I need to enlist you as my agent. I'm not sure.
Okay, but I'm being serious here. That you need a pay raise with what you've done, right?
Hey, I'm really happy with what I'm doing, and we gotta take on your Ohio State home team here.
Hey,
basically,
I know.
Did you grow up an Ohio State fan?
Yes, I did.
It hurts.
Yeah. Well, nobody's rooting for Oregon back then.
It's true.
Yeah, so you can't blame me. I mean, you had Fouts back there and Ahmad Rashad, Bobby Moore, as he was known back then.
That's right.
But I grew up. It would make or break my year. Ohio State, Michigan. It was Thanksgiving weekend, and that was the last game, and it was either a great Thanksgiving or a terrible one. So, I mean, I was all in. Who did you root for growing up? Like, did you ever have that?
I was an Oregon Duck fan. Yeah, but I was an Oregon Duck fan. I was a big fan during the lean years. It was tough. Our biggest thing when I was growing up is we went on about I can't remember exactly what it was, an 8 or a 10-year run of beating Oregon State, and that was a successful year, kind of along the lines of what you're saying, but completely different.
He's Mark Helfrich, due for a raise, the Oregon head coach, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. I brought this up to Urban Meyer before he faced Nick Saban in Alabama. I said, can you out-coach Nick Saban? And, of course, he was very humble. He didn't want any bulletin board material. But really, that's what it comes down to. You have to devise a scheme, and he's devising a scheme with what he thinks your scheme is going to be. So it does come down to, can you do 2, 3, 4, 5 things that can outcoach Urban Meyer? Is that fair to say?
Yes and no. I mean, I think you're certainly controlling to a certain degree the scheme and maneuver and all that kind of stuff that goes into it. But just the X factor is guys being ready to play, guys being confident, all those things that go into. And I think that are infinitely important right now during Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in terms of how we prepared for a game week, and then during the game certainly there's adjustments. I think that's one of the most overrated things in the world is these drastic adjustments that guys say that they make. It just doesn't happen. You don't change your offense at halftime. That doesn't happen.
But they're on their third quarterback, so there's not a whole lot of game film that you can watch. So how do you factor that in on trying to get trends here?
Yeah, just their scheme, and Cardell Jones is an excellent quarterback, and the other two were excellent quarterbacks, all very highly recruited guys. And anytime you can turn around and hand it to Ezekiel Elliott, something good's going to happen for the most part. And you see what he did against one of the best defenses in college football history in Alabama. But and then his ability, I think his greatest asset in these last couple games has been his ability to throw a very accurate deep ball, and then all those wideouts are just freakishly athletic in terms of going up and getting balls over the top of one-on-one coverage.
You nervous?
No.
Will you be?
I don't know if nervous. I'm anxious. I'm excited. I'm confident. Usually going into to game day, and I always judge it by the night before of trying to get a good night's sleep based on how we've worked during the week.
How do you pump the brakes against Florida State? I mean, I don't even know if you can with your offense. You took Mariota out. That's one way to pump the brakes here, but you could have won by probably 60 if you wanted to.
I don't know about that, but I thought it was a great opportunity to get everybody in the game that we could. That's a once in a lifetime deal, playing in the Rose Bowl for a lot of these guys, and it was really cool to be able to get a bunch of guys in the game that haven't played very much this year.
But if that's a regular season game, Coach, do you leave Mariota in?
No, we've done.
Okay.
We've been fortunate to do the same thing a couple other times, and that's not what this is all about.
He's Mark Helfrich, the Oregon head coach, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Last time you yelled at Marcus Mariota?
Actually, yesterday.
What did he do so egregious?
He had his helmet off. We always have our helmets on the entire duration of practice, and it's not, with Marcus, it's more of I'm excited that I get a chance to yell at him. So it was a friendly yell.
What advice would you give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have the number 1 pick in the draft?
I'm sure they'll figure that out for themselves.
Well, wait. That don't pass up Marcus Mariota is what you should be saying.
Well, Marcus might come back. You never know.
Has he told you?
I don't know. Maybe.
So he's told you he's coming back, is what you're saying. Marcus Mariota.
I did not say that.
Oh, you didn't say that. Oh, you didn't say that.
No breaking news.
No breaking
overtures.
news.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. But he hasn't told you he's going pro?
We've had several great conversations, and when the time comes to talk about that, we'll talk about that.
That's a long yes. Okay. So if he would happen to go pro,
if he happens to go pro, that's the guy you want to be his agent.
Okay.
Speaking of agents,
but does Chip Kelly go all in to try to trade if Marcus Mariota's available?
Good question.
Would he go all in?
I think I'm certain that would be something that they would think about. He'd be worth doing it for.
Any NFL teams call you?
I don't know. I really don't. We've
Wait.
We've got enough problems with the old Buckeyes here that I don't have time to think about that.
Anybody close to you receive a call from an NFL team?
There's a guy sitting under the desk right now.
Is that what it is?
Receives calls. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I didn't know about the boy under the desk.
Fritzy takes all my calls.
Fritzy takes all of your phone calls. On a serious note, how did you discipline the kids who were doing the chant, the Jameis Winston related chant after the win?
Well, again, handled internally means we handle it internally.
Yeah.
And certainly, I think the biggest thing in all of that was education. It's just there's a time and a place for a lot of things, and that's not a subject that in any realm is a joke.
Yeah, I was surprised.
And that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I was surprised. I really was, because you humbled him and them, and then when I heard this story, and I thought, very unlike a team that you coach. That's for sure.
Very unlike.
Yes. Did we ask Urban Meyer if he saw a movie this year? He did not see a movie this year in the theater. Did you? Now, not with your team.
No.
You never went to a movie theater this year?
No, I did. It's funny that you asked that, because I think this is the first time I've been in, I don't know, a couple of years, and it was with our kids the day before, couple days before Christmas. We had a couple days off, and we went and saw the new Annie movie. How about that for excitement?
So Urban Meyer is putting in more time. Is really
Outworked.
Urban Meyer is outworking you. He's
watching.
watching.
At that point, he was getting ready for Alabama. So.
He still wasn't going to the movie theater, though. Man, that's what it may come down to. Those couple of hours you spent watching Annie may cost you the national championship.
It's worth it listening to my daughter sing "It's a Hard Knock Life." So that's it's worth it.
Have fun, and good luck, and thanks for joining us as always, Mark.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, Mark Helfrich, the Oregon head coach.